We're ready to rock. Cheers, everybody. It's workout time. Are you ready? You ready to get after it? Boom, we're live over here too. It is workout time. We are officially kicking off the LOF retreat here in Joshua Tree, California. We're at the Castle House Estate. We're going to be doing a shoulder and arm workout, and then we're going to go into dinner. You guys aren't going to be able to join along with that, but if you want to, you can not only follow along for this workout, make sure you bookmark it and save it. You can replay it, watch it again later, but you'll also be able to join. We have remote passes for all of our workshops we're going to be doing this weekend. We're going to be doing breathwork, yoga, fitness, journaling, mindset, as well as some expanded upon topics in those niches, as well as yoga and just mobility sessions. You can get the entire thing. I'll put all the details in the description, but for now, let's get our workout in, okay? Again, we're going to be doing shoulders and arms. The theme for this workout is just to be doing bands only. Now, with the caveat to that, we are at the Castle House. They have a gym here. There's one thing that I met with my PT this week. Shout out to Dr. Andy at Motive Method. He gave me some movements that I'm going to incorporate to help loosen my body up. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to jump rope. So I'm going to kind of get out into space. You guys can enjoy the beautiful scenery and background here. I will be checking the comments, so stay tuned for that. Let's start my watch. Let's get our warm up in and follow along for it. Again, feel free to ask questions in the comments as we're going through. But it's workout time, y'all. Time to get it. The key here is not messing up the car while we're using it. Get the timer rocking. We're going for 3 minutes, y'all. Just again, the goal here is to warm our tissue up. Make sure you can actually see me on the camera. You gotta make sure it's visible, right? All right. Okay. Boom. Here we go. Don't mind the rental car there. How are we looking? How are we looking? We go right through here. Boom, 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 boom. Like this way. Perfect. Make sure you hit the roof. Enjoy the team. We're right there in about 2 minutes, y'all. So I'm not going to keep it on 2 minutes because I realized what time it is. We got dinner in like about an hour. So we're going to cut that short by 1 minute. And I'm going to take a new movement in here. We're going to throw in. We also, thing that I appreciate about the Castle House is they are also an LOF supporter. They got our bands here in the gym. So we'll be able to leverage those bad boys. I'm gonna do a new movement here, but first I got to get my electrolytes on. Here's the thing, in the desert especially, it's essential. Feels so good going from like 20-degree days to 70-degree days. What we're gonna do is I'm going to take a kind of normal LOF format. We're gonna modify it a little bit, so I'm gonna add in a couple things that Dr. Andy showed me, my PT, for some rotator cuff issues. So if you guys have rotator cuff issues, again, talk to your doctor or professional, but these might be some things they may recommend as well that you can incorporate. And again, it's my hat goes flying. Shout out to Funky Junk on the Girl Dad hat. Also, our electrolytes. We have all of our sponsors for the LOF retreat is going to be on Amazon. I just made an entire ideas list. So if you guys want to support the brands that are supporting us and see what we like, you can hop on over to Amazon, my shop, check out the ideas list. If you're on Amazon, you can see here in the carousel, as well as if you're watching a replay, you'll be able to see all the things we're updating in the ideas list as well. Now, here's the one thing I will say. If you're traveling, like, so we flew in technically Wednesday, so yesterday, I thought it was really important to move, but I didn't want to force a workout, especially running on very little sleep. The key thing here is I'm a big fan of not pushing and redlining things as I get older, and I've learned to pull it back. So today I'm getting a little bit more of a harder workout, then tomorrow's going to be even harder, and we're going to progress it from there. So with that being said, the point is when you travel, work on more warming your tissue up, mobility, especially getting very little sleep. That's not the time to push it. So keep that in mind as we go through this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this band, and I'm going to basically just keep tension as if it were a PVC pipe going across my back. So I'm just going to kind of keep the tension in, and I'm going to pull a bench in here, and we're going to use it to go through some range of motion cueing. So I'm going to do some breath and tactile cueing that I was going over with Dr. Andy, and I'm going to give it to you guys from the side profile here. So again, I'm also able to look in the mirror so you guys can see from my side profile, right from here. I'm keeping tension, big chest. What I'm doing is I'm breathing in, and as I breathe in, I'm going to expand my rib cage as well as my diaphragm. So I'm breathing in, turning, and I'm tilting, and I'm breathing still, trying to get some nice range of motion. Oh, yeah. So I'm tilting, and I'm going to breathe into this position now. Not only in my diaphragm, but in my thoracic and rib cage. Coming out and go the same thing the opposite side. You're going to have to excuse the lighting. We're going to get some better lighting throughout the workshops, but today's just literally a pop-up kind of live stream. So I'm going to inhale, get my rotation, get into my flexion. I'm breathing into it. So now every time I'm going to go a little bit further, a little bit more range of motion here. I'm going to go the opposite side now. I'll go one more time each side. Now, what's great about this is why I like working and investing and working with different professionals, because I tend to exhale as I go through the range of motion. But because I'm specifically working on some thoracic engagement and thoracic flexion, being able to inhale and actually engage certain parts of my scapula as well as what Dr. Andy's inviting from this. So normally I would do the opposite. I would exhale as I'm twisting, and I'm going to inhale and breathe into my thoracic spine and my rib cage. And out. So again, just that one movement is something I'm able to do with the bands. And then what I'm also going to do is get one more primer. We're going to use a squat rack. Again, don't have to use a squat rack here. This is something that can be done with our band set and an anchor. But now we're just going to be able to leverage the squat rack since it's here. Again, the Castle House has a beautiful setup that I like to leverage whenever possible. And again, if you guys have questions on it, feel free to let me know. I'll be checking the chat. Now, we also have a TRX. This is a great option for it, but I'm going to show it to you guys without the TRX. So you know that it's possible without it. That's like the thing I'm devoted to this year is doing my protocols without extra equipment beyond just the bands. So everything I'm doing is band only. So we're going to take our band. I'm going to anchor it to the squat rack. Okay. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to get myself into a full kind of stretch for my scapula especially. And I'm going to let it really, really pull. So I'm letting it go into full protraction. So really letting my shoulder and scapula punch forward. And then I'm going to turn into it. So I'm going to breathe in instead of breathing out. I'm actually going to breathe in and expand it and feel that stretch. Come out of it. Now, the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly turn the camera so you guys can kind of see me on our vertical kind of view here. I can see you guys on the wide shot, but I want my vertical shot you guys to be able to see. So again, I'm getting full kind of extension here, protraction. I'm going to turn and inhale into this one. We'll do one more. I'm going to protract and rotate. Now do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm just kind of taking it, and again, protracting. And again, protracting just means punching it forward, right? I think some of that serratus kind of fired up as well. I'm really engaging. That's why the exhale helps me engage, and I'm going to keep it engaged. Do that 2 more times. Yeah, get that nice activation, getting my serratus anterior fired up, abdominal area fired up. We'll do that one more time. So again, nice core engagement, punching it. So just a little bit again of a thoracic flexion and scapula deviation and movements to it. So now we're going to get into our shoulder portion of it. Now, one of the things that because of some of my rotator cuff discomfort and injury, I'm kind of going to be modifying things so that I'm going to be going into more of a landmine variation. So instead of using the actual landmine setup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just anchor the bands down here on the bottom portion of the squat rack. If you don't, again, have a squat rack or anything, with our band set, you can just use a door anchor. You can slide it under the door. But for this one, I'm just going to get started, get kind of warm, anchoring it here. And I'm going to go with a set of 8 on each side just to kind of get warm. And because I'm kind of tight on time, I'm going to be supersetting things here. So we're going with a shoulder press, and then I'm going to go with a lateral raise. And this is, again, a warm-up set. I might, even if we're still continuing short on time, I might turn it into dual-sided. So it's not just each side by itself. I might do them together. Let me make sure I'm still in the shot. But yeah, let me just tell you guys, I'm so excited about the retreat. I'm excited. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We have great supplement bars, powders, being able to have like our apparel, being able to also have just so much from our chef and our influencers and our guests that are collaborating. You'll have to stay tuned again. We're going to be live streaming every single day. And then we'll also be doing live workshops that are going to be behind a Zoom or a private paywall. And again, you guys will be able to access that via Zoom. You can sign up with the Eventbrite link. You also will be able to, if you don't want to, if you have insurance, instead of paying out of pocket for it, we can potentially bill your insurance. If you're interested, reach out to us. We'll take care of it. Oh, what's up, Robbie Calvert? Yeah, get ready for those rotator cuffs. You know, baby. Bob's Bar, Bob's New York. What's up for the official, unofficial, the best unofficial bar in the village. Also the unofficial sponsor of the lifestyle retreat, because it's a faux bar with no alcohol. It's all mocktails and all that good stuff. So now again, we're going to go with that lateral. I'm totally going to turn this into a dual-sided once I go into my working sets. Yeah, bro, why don't you come out to the retreat, bro? You don't want to come to Joshua retreat? You guys can still get in on the remote workshop. All right, let's get the opposite side, and I'll check that chat. I see you, Rob. You know you want to come out to California. It's quite like literally the opposite of New York. Yes. All right, so that's our first nice warm-up step. Take about 30 to 60 seconds. Again, going through a warm-up set is really helpful, especially when you're not going to a super heavy warm-up for a range of motion mobility. We're on a hang from pro tip, everyone, get a real estate agent. Yeah, for sure. You definitely, or save a bunch of money, but you're gonna have to do a lot of work, right, Rob? Also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can't actually touch the Joshua trees. You are not supposed to touch them. You can't really mess with them. You're gonna get into a bit of a trouble. You're gonna have a bad time. But what you're gonna have a great time with is hanging out at the retreat. And again, you guys can, even if you're not out here, you can get the remote pass. We got all the info in the description. Just check out our profile too. We're linking to all of it throughout the entire weekend. And the cool part is if you can't catch any of the workshops live, we will be recording them. You will have replays. When you buy a pass to the workshop, you'll get the replay along with it. And if you buy the unlimited pass, it's $100. You'll get lifetime access to the replays. And again, you can use your health insurance even to potentially cover it. But we'd have to have a conversation about that to make sure you qualify. With that being said, it is time for our first working set. So again, if you're following along or you're watching the replay, now we're going to kick up the resistance. Whatever you're doing for 8 reps to warm up, ideally what we're doing, and I'm pulling this from Mike Israetel kind of protocol, which I do like from the breakdown, is whatever you can do for about 20 reps, you do that weight and you do it for like 8 reps. Just to kind of get warm. Now we're going to up the ante and I'm going to up the resistance here. And we're going to progressively do it. It's going to be our first hard working set. Now let me see. We're going to use, now what I could do, I'm totally going to actually pull this out. I'm going to use both of our purple bands. This requires a multi-set. Usually you only get one, but because guys in Castle House, their supporters of LOF, they got multiple sets here. We're going to get one in each hand. Boom. And bang. Right, Rob? You know what's up. Yeah, the only thing is I might have to turn this into a kneeling variation just because the angle and the resistance, because this is quite a good load. Hey now. Let's actually change the angle. This one, I'm getting a little bit more tension because of that angle. Let's slack out just a little bit more. Boom. Bam. Oh, that's one. That is one. Okay. Yeah, it's about finding, especially when you both of them. So again, I'm turning into more of a landmine press variation. Nice control, 12 to 15. Man, I love this back. You're gonna have to stay tuned to our social media because this camera and this angle just does not do it justice. This lighting, but we're gonna be rolling out videos every day, going live every day, especially the Zoom workshops. Oh yeah. All right. So now again, we're getting into that superset lateral raises. And again, if you guys have questions, feel free to let me know. This is where we get to kick it out. Now, the key thing with the bands is it has the most resistance at the top. So you have to be really mindful to control it. Otherwise, it's tempting to like have a slingshot effect where you whip it up fast. And then if you don't control it, it'll come down very fast. All right. So after superset number 1, we're going to take a 1-minute rest. And then again, the goal is we're going for 4 rounds here. I should have just enough time for 4 rounds. And then depending on the timing of it, we'll either do 1 more superset of shoulders or we will get right into arms, which is Rob's favorite, everyone, in case y'all didn't know that. Rob's all about that. Yeah, we'll probably end up doing a rotator cuff variation and a band pull apart variation. So we'll be able to get that as well. Man, I haven't worked out in 2 days, since Monday. So that's like 2 full days. Man, I've been losing my mind. It feels so good to work. So flipping good. Oh, we got about 15 more seconds. All right, let me just pin. We'll get our products pinned over here. No, not that one. Not that one. We got all the stuff right there. And again, if y'all have questions, feel free to let me know in the chat. What's up on Twitch? I see you. Oh, what's up, Shapes? Okay, ready? It's time for round number 2. Maybe my water all right here. Let's get it. So again, the goal is nice control, 12 to 15 reps. Okay. Kind of get it out this way so you guys can kind of see. Hopefully, is that good? That's the sweet spot right there. Huh? I think it's a good weight already. Get on 9. Oh, maybe Rose is gonna come work out with me. Oh, we got one more. Yeah, we're getting that superset lateral raises. Yeah, Rose. What's going down? Oh, plates. I want to say they're in the kitchen. Maybe. Or you talk about workout plates.
I'm on a plate mission. The Walmart won't make it in time.
Like plastic plates or like regular?
The plastic won't make it in time.
Oh, so yeah, we're just gonna get
I'm
So this is the fun of like when you have a retreat you're doing, guys. You got to think about all the variables, including plates and utensils. Rose, do you want to say hey to everyone in their lives?
They're not gonna get the virtual.
Right. Yeah, we get the real in person.
Ah! I get to witness the workouts in person now.
Yeah, that's where we get to level it up. And if you guys aren't already following, follow Ink Wellness Mombi on pretty much everywhere, right? Across the board. I appreciate the uniformity on it. Oh, what's up? What's up, Shapes? I hear you. I see you. Oh, I appreciate you. Thanks for love. Plates in the kitchen. That's insane. Right? Where else would they be? All right, so we're going to take a 1 minute. Hola. ¿Cómo está, Virginia? All right, so we're going to take a minute break just so we can get some plates and then be ready for round 3.
And she's asking for the chairs. She wants chairs. She was trying to because she be trying to interrupt the Walmart.
Yes, they're going to see action. See what's happening. Things are in motion.
And hopefully I'll get the next workout.
Yeah, I mean,
I was on the phone with my kids and I keep forgetting that 4:30 here is bedtime.
Yeah, it's like 7:30.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's pretty much time for round number 3. Take care. Take care. All right, let's see if we got any questions. It looks like we're ready to rock. Let's get it, y'all. Round number 3. So again, 12, 15. Angle. Reach. There, yeah. There we go. There we go. Cool. This is where we get to stay technical, y'all, on the fatigues. That's the key thing too, is stopping before technique breaks. It's tempting to want to keep pushing through, but we got to stop when the technique breaks. Yo, I'm loving all the emojis. That's right. You know it's time. You know what time it is. And again, you guys are just tuning in. This is always something I'll plug, but I'm going to wait for the rest period. We got a little sponsor announcement. Combo action coming at you. All right, so we're going to take a 1-minute break. Sponsor announcement. So again, we're at the 2026 LOF retreat here in Joshua Tree, California at the Castle House Estate. The cool thing is, since you couldn't make it live, we do have a remote pass option for everyone watching, even if you're watching a replay of this. You have kind of 2 components to that. One, you could catch it live during our workshops. You can buy 1 pass for one of our workshops at $30, or you can get all of the workshops we're doing the entire weekend over the 5 days for $100. You'll get unlimited access. You'll get the replays. So whether you watch them live, you want to go back through them, you'll have that. Plus, you'll be able to get a pass for a friend absolutely free included. And the cool thing is now, because we're able to take insurance with Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and United Healthcare, you can even have your insurance potentially cover it. If you're interested in that, shoot us a message. I can go over what that looks like. And again, even if you're catching the replay of this, you can still sign in for that, get the replay, get the education component. We can go through those pieces, add value. And yeah, I'm just super excited. And then again, we're going to be doing more of our retreats, but that's 1 minute come and gone. Let's get into round number 4. This is the last round. And then it's time for our next superset on shoulders. And then we'll get into arms. Kind of getting close on time. So unfortunately, I'm only going to have the next superset on shoulders. We do have to get ready. Also, if you guys have questions or anything not only related to the workout, but preferences you'd like to see in workshops for the future, live streams in the future, anything related to the products I have in car, so let me know. Yeah, that last one, y'all. Let's get it. All right. Again, right into our last superset for our lateral raises. All right, we got 1 minute rest. And now we're going to go into our next superset for those shoulders. Dude, I'm loving all the emojis. You know, all the emojis going down. All right, let's set up. Oh, yeah. So also got the green ones. We're not going to need these right now, but I want to have them kind of out on display, as it were. But we're going to go into a band pull apart with an external rotation. So let's just check the locker here. I love how they have like locks for the lockers. Like it's a legit gym. So you know it's serious. All right, we got about 10 seconds left. I'm gonna check see if we got any questions. Beautiful, no questions. Let's get the next exercise. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our pull aparts. So I'll take one of our bands off here. And what I like to think about when I'm doing my pull aparts is not just pulling them into my chest, but as I'm doing that, I'm turning my thumbs up so I get a little bit of extra external rotation. All right, so we got 15 on those. Again, we're going 12 to 15. Now we're going with our external rotation. So I'm going to anchor this onto, again, our squat rack. And there's a couple different setups for it. You could do it from the knee, as far as I could push my knee up and then rotate out that way. But what we're going to do is we're just going to slightly change the angle. I'm going to bring it across my body. And I'm just going to go, again, as far through this range of motion, control, going 15 reps. And that nice stretch. I'll be honest, sometimes external rotations are things I'll sleep on because it doesn't seem super sexy, but from a functionality standpoint, I know they're crucial for my shoulders, especially with all the injuries I've accumulated. That's what I was talking to Dr. Andy about, my PT, about programming these back in. So now you'll see it from the backside. We're just going to kind of get the same thing on the opposite arm. You guys will kind of see what you're going to look for is over here on this side. You're going to try and see my hand open for a full range of motion. You got 5 more. All right, that's round 1 down. We take a minute. I'm going to get round number 2. We'll see. Hola. ¿Cómo está? We'll see what any questions come in. Feel free to let me know. And yeah, the electrolytes by Kepi. This is clutch, especially, again, not only just for your normal workouts, but if you are in a like hotter climate or a drier climate, the electrolytes are going to be where it's at. So, fun fact, as little as 2%, really can go 1% dehydration can lead to a decline in your performance, especially cognitive performance. So, another fun variable is when your body's feeling thirsty, you're already potentially 2% dehydrated, if not more. So you're already dehydrated. You're behind the 8 ball. So you get to be proactive. If you're listening for your body's cues from a thirst perspective, you're already going to have your performance impacted, even from a cognitive perspective. The reason I bring that up is electrolytes are going to help you have a balancing of the fluids you're taking in. So you're going to make sure that you're getting it where you want it to go. Okay. Especially someone like me, that's fasting until about noon. I do intermittent fasting, or sometimes I play those different cycles. So from a fast perspective, sometimes we forget to drink. I drink coffee I'll have protein shakes, so it's not a true like caloric fast. It's more like a whole foods fast. But I make sure I get my electrolytes in and fluid in. So it's not a fast from a trying to get autophagy. It's more of a kind of digestive reset, if I'm being honest with you, and also controlling my food portions and where my body's taking it in, because otherwise I can tend to want to overeat from a kind of psychological, adjustment and just building off behavior patterns. So that being said, let's get round 2. This one we're going for 3 rounds. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do 4 on this one. All right, so again, we're going back to that rotator cuff, getting a nice stretch across the body. This one I'm probably gonna have to step out a little more, so I'm gonna turn my camera so y'all can kind of see. Get a little bit more of that stretch and angle here. You see the TRX, which also is a great tool. If you have like bands and TRX, you have like unlimited options. Or even you can get like gymnast ropes. There's so many adapted. TRX to me, I'll be honest with you guys, I think it's great, but I just think it's extremely overpriced for what it is. You can literally just get gymnast ropes for like 1/10 of the price. And if you put that together, like if I was building out like a home gym for less than $250, I'd get our band training system with all the coaching and everything that goes along with it. I'd get a jump rope, a foam roller, a physio ball, and potentially like gymnast rings. And that's it. That's like plenty. Now, with all of that, you can get like an adjustable bench, adjustable dumbbells. Those things are great, but even one good adjustable bench can cost you like well over like $150, $200 for a nice, really quality one. You want to be mindful of where you get the most bang for your buck, in my opinion. Boom. 2 rounds down, y'all. So we got to get another minute to rest. And then we're going to get into round number 3 on this one and then move on to our arms. We're going to do biceps and triceps to finish it out because shoulders and arms, they just go so well together. And again, on this break, I'll do another quick plug for all of our sponsors, but specifically for the LOF Lifestyle Retreat, which we're on right now. You're obviously not here in person, but if you want to come next year, you're more than welcome to check everything out. We have it on our website, as well as you can get here remotely via our workshops. You can pay $30 for just any one of the workshops that speaks to you, or you can go $100 and you get unlimited access to all the workshops we're doing over the 5 days. We have over 5 different instructors that will be presenting, over 10 different potential workshops with pop-ups included to that, whether between me, yoga, breath work, art, being able to have additional mobilities and variations of journaling and mindset. We're going to get into all these pieces. And the cool thing is, whether you want to come in person or you want to do the remote for now or in the future, you can leverage your insurance as well, potentially. So reach out to us if you do have Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, or United Healthcare, and you want to see how you could use your insurance to help cover the costs of coaching or for our retreats, whether it's in person or remote, or you just want to join along, pay cash, not have to deal with a headache, you're welcome to do that as well. But with that being said, that's well over a minute. It's actually 90 seconds. So let's go into our workout. Yeah, Woody. Round number 3. You see the sky? It's looking awesome, right? I'm just finishing up here. We got shoulders, we got a little bit of arms, and then it'll be dinner time. How you feel? Are you hungry? My bad. Sorry, Woody. I like talking to you when you're rocking out.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. This is British style now. Was
Oh, nice. Is it like 20s, 30s kind of style, or is it like?
Like this was actually an '80s follow.
Oh yeah.
Very cool and all that. This guy's striking accent. Get it out of my head.
You gotta love it.
So you're asking.
How you feeling? You hungry? You got
I'm
that?
gonna eat something in a little bit. I might check out just a quick change and brush my teeth and stuff and
Yeah.
do a reset. What is it now?
It's like 5:15, 5:20, 5:30.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do a reset because you did.
Yeah. I'm gonna finish up. I probably got another like 20-ish minutes.
Sweet.
And then, dude, how good is the sky?
Pretty cool,
Yeah. It's not like that. I really think it's
Awful cool, man. Good hell of a spot.
Yeah. So that house is gonna have like everyone up there. We have like a bunch of influencers that are coming that can content for us.
Been part of the group.
Yes, and that's the part of our group too. So we call that the influencer house because
Yeah.
live streaming and whatnot. Yeah, actually, so they bought it. You have to see the inside. I can't wait for you to see it. Yeah. And they just like closed on now. They're doing construction. They finished it. Everything looks awesome on the inside. It looks really good. I was impressed with turnaround time. Yeah, Woody. All right, let's get our rotator cuffs on. Again, get that nice tension and stretch. Again, for just a little bit. All right, let's get 15 on this. Minute rest, and then we're getting into our arms now. We're getting biceps, triceps. I wish y'all, I'm not even gonna bother turning around the camera, but this sunset is absolutely glorious here. That's the one cool thing that unfortunately you won't get when you do our remote passes and do the workshops that way. But the in-person experience here, there's a reason we picked Joshua Tree because it's absolutely beautiful. It's just so amazing. All right, let me just fix myself. Sorry, everyone here on Amazon, my knuckles are in your face. Okay, let's check in with Coach Chuck. What do we feel? Okay. All right, let's see a second. Can you grab the metal forks? Oh, I just saw a message from Frankie. Okay. this is the other problem, trying to sneak out for a workshop or a workout. So none of the like guests are able to do it because we're getting ready for dinner. So we're going to try and plug this arm workout. So we're going to kind of go somewhat quickly here. I was just responding to some messages. I'm getting all of that. So first, what we're going to get into, y'all, is a bicep curl. So we're going to do a kind of variation of an incline bicep. When I say incline, it really is the angle, the position we want for our hands compared to our shoulders. So what that means is I'm going to have an anchor behind me, and I'm going to just be stepping forward. So the goal here is to have that tension pulling back. Okay, that's what we want right here. Actually, got to just adjust this up. Let's do it here. Go. And then we're going to superset that with triceps. So there's going to be 4 sets of 12 to 15. Yeah, Rose. Dang, look at you, girl.
Yeah, more stuff then. I'm working out too.
You are. You're doing all the work. Again, we're going to superset that. This tricep pull downs here. So this is where I'm going to individually anchor each one on the squat rack. But again, we can use a door anchor if you don't have this. And if you don't have 2 sets of bands, obviously you could just do 1. I'm just taking advantage of having 2 sets here while we can. Probably going to have to change the angle because this is going to be intense at the bottom. We got 1 minute run. And then we're going to go into, again, we're going to probably leave it at 4 rounds on this. Hey, what's going on, Luke? I see you. Thanks for dropping by saying hey. Again, you can always, if you're not following along live for the workout, pin this, save it, come back to it. This is just a great shoulder and arm workout. We can modify it. We can regress it, progress it. That's a fancy way of saying you can make it easier. You can make it harder with either resistance, or we can always go over variations in the future that you can combine and mix and match. But I just highly advise adding this to your workout library. I can flex. You got to stay tuned for the working sets. That's when the flexing kicks in. Know what I mean? Also, I got a Venmo. If you want to see some flexing, you got to hit the Venmo. Or if you want, this is what I can do. If you join me on our remote workshops that we have for our retreat, I'll get a flex to start our workshops. You can see all the info in the description, but that is time for round number 2. So let's get it. You'll see the flexing here for both the curls and the triceps. Let's work it. So again, we're getting that angle in that position, so it's kind of pulling us back, which would be similar to doing an incline bench bicep. That's why I call it incline from before, because it's really the angle we're trying to get here. We got UPS delivery. There's your flexing, by the way, Luke. I got you. All right, let's get this tricep. How you doing? All right, 1 minute rest, y'all. Let's get it. Sweet. Nice. G's getting all the stuff coming in. Good job, G. All right, we got about 20 more seconds, and we're going in for round number 3. Let's see what we got. Yo, mate. Oh, what's up? What's up, Timsy? I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, what's up, Discord? I see you. I see you. All right. Got about 10 more seconds, and then we're going in for round number 3, right? That's where I always use the app. It's helpful for our LOF app to be able to keep track of reps, resistance, and rounds, so I don't have to keep it off the top of my head. So if you guys aren't already, take advantage of the LOF app. If you follow our link tree, we have a completely free protocol for you guys. It's a 4-week program, absolutely for free, no strings attached. Just want to add some value for you guys. You also get access to a meal plan. It's all the good stuff. All right. Let's eat it. Round 3 indeed, yeah. Again, that goes back to when technical failure is where the failing point is. That's where I stop. I'm not trying to like cheat. All right, we got 1 minute, y'all. And then we got one more round. It's going to be round number 4. And then we're probably going to bring it home from here because it is time for me to wrap it up, get back to the house, get changed, showered, all that good stuff. Finish the setup because we got dinner here in about less than an hour. But again, thank you, everybody, jumping in, checking out the live stream. And if you're watching the replay, yeah, make sure, appreciate you, Cut. Yeah, GG indeed. You know what's up. Again, I appreciate the support. We got one more round, though, about 20 more seconds. But yeah, I'll be back every single day. We're going to be live streaming while we're out here at the retreat, talking about a different theme, either related to the workshop of that day, something we learned, a question that came up. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the welcome to Twitch. It's a fun world. Slowly but surely, we'll get busier. And yeah, even, again, hold on. You guys are watching on Twitch, check out iCut Shapes. I appreciate the support. Go give them a follow. Seem like cool peeps. And yeah. Oh, yeah, it's about that time. But again, we'll be talking about either the product sponsors, topics related to the workshop. But if you want the full deets on every one of the workshops, obviously join. But we're going to be doing some live previews every single day, having different guests come on, having the different influencers, having our different instructors, breaking down the topics. Yeah, it's crazy. Just getting good, efficient workouts in. We don't need much. That is our final round. Final rep for the final set. That is my cue. Thank you, everybody. Again, I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to go have some dinner now, and I will check y'all later.